Hey everyone, Tony George Thursday update. Doc Sports Thursday night football. Washington at Green Bay. Good game for a Thursday. Usually a lot of these are duds. This is going to be a good football game tonight. The current line is the Green Bay Packers minus 3.5, total 48. And of course, they're playing at Lambeau Field tonight. It's a short week. Both teams off divisional wins. A lot to digest here. Now, I rarely get involved with Thursday night games because of the short week and the travel, and especially if I like the travel team, which I kind of do in this game, actually. And I'll give you some reasons why, but we're going to concentrate on the total here, and I'll give you a prop play, too. We've got a doubleheader card for props in this game tonight. I think it's a coin flip game. Now, bear in mind that my opinion is independent of anybody over at the website. I don't know what anybody over there does, and I don't care. Do I visit with a couple of guys during the week and massage some ideas off each other? Yeah. But I don't know what they do. Somebody has a 7-unit play on this thing for all I know tonight. I don't see it, but that's why that's my opinion. And everybody has different perspectives and reads on games. That's why we're like Baskin Robbins. It's a different flavor for everybody. We stunk our last couple of free plays. Cleveland didn't get it done last night. We had a bad beat on the free play on the Ravens. And I want to thank everybody we had over 7,800 views on that free play. And I felt really bad about that not coming home. We had a 15-point lead with 6 minutes left and lost. I mean, it is what, if you're on Buffalo, you got a miracle, But that being said, in this game here, I was impressed with both these teams defensively. Green Bay did a nice job against a very high-octane offense in Detroit. Detroit was breaking in a new offensive coordinator, a guy that had been there just got bumped up. So things weren't a whole lot different for them offensively in terms of their scheme. But nonetheless, they were very ineffective. Micah Parsons, not a huge impact, but some impact. And he probably will get more playing time tonight. And the guy is a game wrecker. Big time. Trust me. If you're Jaden Daniels, you're a little nervous with him running around. Okay? FYI. It's like going up against T.J. Watt or a Lawrence Taylor or, some of the, some Reggie White, some of these badass defensive ends. You kind of got to plan your game plan around. Well, that's what's going on here. On the other side of the ball, I was also impressed with Washington. Now, you can say what you want to say about the New York Giants. The New York Giants are a professional football team with multi-million-dollar athletes at every position. They held them to 74 yards rushing and 157 yards passing on 37 attempts. That's impressive. And the other thing that's impressive about Washington catching 3.5 here, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all if you use them in a teaser and stuck them with somebody on Sunday, say like Dallas. FYI. An old school handicapper back in the 90s I used to work with. Some of you old-timers might remember this guy, Joe Gavassi. This guy was a numbers cruncher before anybody was a numbers cruncher. I mean in-depth numbers cruncher without computers. And, finally he would print out, when he got a computer, he would print out sheets and hang them on his walls all the way across the room from floor to ceiling with numbers. And one of the things he discovered was the 200, he used to call it the 200-200 club on offense, meaning college or pro. He goes, you are looking for balance in offensive attacks. Well, last week, Washington fit that bill. 220 yards running the ball and 212 yards passing it. That's balance. All that being said, short travel. Green Bay's banged up. Couple offensive linemen. They're thin at wide receiver in this game. I think both teams are going to try and establish a run. Both defenses are good. I'm going to play under 48 for your free play. Okay? Now, over at the website, oh, by the way, let's get a free play. McManus, the kicker for Green Bay, over 1.5 field goals, minus 110. Looks a little tasty. I might take a bite. I got a 2-pack in props tonight, and that was one that was on the board. I decided to go with 2 instead of 3 tonight. My props, which have just been absolutely destroying the book for the last 30 days. Last 3 days, we didn't win a prop card. So I wanted to lower the volume on it for this game, because when you have a singled out NFL game, a lot of times, if the game doesn't go according to script in your mind or the narrative or whatever, you can lose. You can go 0 for 3 on a card real quick. So they can't establish a run, they can't establish a pass. You know, they're playing from behind and not throwing a running backs out of backfield. They're launching it down the field. They're not looking at, slot receivers or tight ends. They're going deep every play. It throws out a lot of those over and under receptions for those type of players. So, nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and go with a 2-pack tonight. All football is out at DocSports.com. On Saturday, a 7-unit top play. Under the radar game. Now, all the marquee games this weekend have very sharp lines. And there's still a lot of question marks with a lot of these big name teams. In my opinion. A few of them, no. But this is a weekend that you figured out some stuff. And I'm not afraid to lay some numbers. In the mid-tier games that no one's really paying attention to. I think that's where the value's at. 7-unit top pick on a 3-pack for Sunday. We're still looking at Thursday and Friday games. I'm taping this early in the morning. In the NFL, we'll have either a 5 or 6-unit top pick on a 4-pack, which will include a teaser. And we're looking at one game on Monday night. We'll have prop card on Sunday as well. We do 3 and 2 last Sunday. We'll have a 5-play prop card on Sunday. Spread it around. We'll do well. Passing in Major League Baseball today. Potentially a WNBA pick. Working hard on these football plays for you. Free $60 in the link in the description below. Or a tab on the website. We'll park $60 in any new account. Comes with a profit guarantee. Put it towards a weekend package. Kick ass and take names. Be sure and tune in to Doc's Gridiron 6-pack. 6 free plays there from Griff and I right here on this page.